Welcome, folks. It's time for me to talk about Alien Earth. Here's a brief overview of the plot for the first two episodes, just for anyone who hasn't seen it. Episode 1 is set 2 years before Alien. The Weyland-Yutani ship Maginot crashes on Earth carrying xenomorph specimens. At Prodigy Corporation's Neverland facility, a terminally ill girl named Marcy becomes Wendy, the first hybrid, her mind placed into a synthetic adult body. When her brother Hermit responds to the crash, Wendy joins the hybrids on a rescue mission, unaware of the alien threat inside. In episode 2, Prodigy's boy Cavalier refuses Weyland-Yutani's claim to the wreck. Hermit is hunted by a xenomorph, while Wendy and the hybrids search the Maginot for him, stumbling into eggs and other creatures. There you have it, a little recap. So, as you all know, if you've been on my channel before, I was very curious about this show. I'll be honest, I've really tried to lean into the fact that this is basically a creator doing what he wants with Alien and not treating the timeline with respect. But having said that, I've found myself enjoying it. I think it's just because I love Alien. Here's what I liked, and then I'll get into what I didn't like so far. I like the world building. The 5 major corporations, need to name them here, what Earth looks like, and most importantly, the look and feel of the world. It's very Alien. The crew members of the USCSS Maginot looked great, borderline copying the first film, but I had no issue with that. In fact, I liked it. The technology fits the Alien universe, modernized somewhat, but still less advanced than Prometheus and Covenant, which I prefer because I've never liked how over advanced the tech was in those films. The show is shot superbly well. The environments look great, from the ships to the corridors to the future city on Earth, and the action scenes have a great feel to them. Really well done. I really like Timothy Olyphant, who's basically the leader of the Lost Boys. He plays the role so well as a synthetic, completely deadpan, excellent casting. I'm surprised how well I've bought into Wendy, and I don't find the fact she's a child annoying at all. I'm really digging the relationship she has with her brother Joe Hermit. Sydney Chandler plays Wendy brilliantly, and her eyes really sell the childish emotion in an adult body. I felt the exchanges between her and Hermit, especially when he finds out it's her, were great, even though it was fairly rushed. The flashback scene where Hermit tries to resign was also very good. I've enjoyed the creatures and the mystery surrounding them. It keeps the audience guessing and on our toes, which I genuinely like. The gore is excellent, brutal and fitting for any Alien story. The character I've liked the most is the Weyland cyborg Marrow. I think he's fantastic. You're never really sure if he's good or bad. Typical Weyland product, really. He's involved in some very good scenes with the xenomorph, including what seemed to be a moment where he tased it. For some reason, I found that really cool, just something different. Lastly, I've really enjoyed the xenomorph at times. In action, it looks great, an overpowered menace, but still treated with respect. From these points, I've been more surprised than I expected. I've liked a lot more than I thought I would, and I've got to give Noah Hawley some big respect for that. However, it's not all good, so let's get into what I didn't like. I would go as far as to say I hate Boy Cavalier, played by Samuel Blenkin. Now, I'm being harsh, but I just don't think this character is believable. They're going for a tech giant Mark Zuckerberg type, but it's way off, overacted and childish. He's supposed to have created these hybrids not for money or a technological edge, but so he can have a good conversation with someone as smart as him. But nothing about him reads as intelligent. He's just quirky, eats apples, and delivers terrible lines. His conversation with Ms. Yutani was awful. I just don't get how poorly he's acted and written for such a big character. The Lost Boys, every other hybrid besides Wendy, are very annoying. It's not that they're kids, it's the humor. It kills the seriousness of the show. Also, the fact they're hybrids takes away the potential for body horror moments Alien is known for. It makes scenes with them way less tense because you know they can't die in the traditional way or be used by the creatures or face huggers. They're also a bit useless, children in strong bodies who are scared and overall just a bit irritating. This leads me on to the tone. One moment we're watching something that feels like the original Alien, and the next we're in a fancy dress party in a building that just had a spaceship fly through it. It's weird. There are other moments like that. It feels like Noah Hawley is trying too hard and it doesn't fit. The show has an identity crisis, so many different tones in one series that it kind of becomes nothing. Definitely not everyone's cup of tea. And the music, what's going on there? We have the great score from the original, then suddenly some random rock track. Again, it just adds to the tone problem. Now, the Xenomorph, it looks great in some shots and terrible in others, even within the same scene. Sometimes it's stiff, like cosplay, then the next moment it's moving, and CGI looking fantastic. It's also a bit too square jawed and cock headed. The way it's portrayed isn't perfect either. It's just a killing machine. That's not what makes these creatures scary. They're meant to be methodical breeders taking hosts, not just slaughtering. One big issue for me is the constant exposition. Every scene seems to explain what's happening as if we can't follow along. The pacing is also slow at times, and there are some silly plot issues I can't be bothered to get into right now. I'll give it more rope and see if it hangs itself. Before I give my final thoughts, what do you think? What did you like, if anything? What did you hate? If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and hit that like button. So, my overall thoughts, I've surprisingly really enjoyed it. Yes, it has flaws, but it's only 2 episodes in, so I may change my mind later. I don't absolutely love it either. I think I'm just happy it's better than expected. It's been up and down, but my alien bias is keeping this one positive for me. I didn't like Romulus, as many of you know, but this I'm enjoying so far. I've recommended people watch it. I know it's not going to be for everyone, but right now it's definitely for me.